Is there a problem, people?
Snow White needs to be white.
I ain't got a good brain.
Put a chick in it, make her gay!
First of all, Cartman has been replaced by a black trans woman.
This is serious, Cal. It's more than a dream. It's becoming like real now.
Hang on. When a brand new Disney princess sues South Park for a cool $100 million, the happily ever after just burst into flames. And trust me, we're chasing every leaked email, snarky hashtag, and diva meltdown burning in that blaze. I'm Sienna, and this is Sienna's Scoop. Actually, picture Rachel Zegler scrolling through Twitter, seeing South Park tease a DEI special, and spitting out her oat milk latte. A few furious phone calls later, boom, a lawsuit the size of a Marvel budget lands on Trey Parker and Matt Stone's desks. She wants $100 million, folks. That's buy every churro in Disneyland for a year money. And why so much? She swears their cartoon smear tanked her future faster than a self-driving Tesla in a monsoon. Casting offers? Gone. Brand deals? Ghosted. Hollywood's hot new princess felt iced out before her crown even fit. So she's swinging for the fences, betting a courtroom can fix what a meme broke. But hang on. Did South Park really nuke her career, or is this an overcooked fairy tale? Stick around, because the next part shows how one snarky episode spun this drama from funny to flaming. And here's where the match hit the gasoline. South Park drops its episode, and cartoon Rachel struts in like she owns the studio lot, smartphone in hand, crown tilted, bragging she rewrote Snow White's script and jacked the budget past Pluto. She even belts out a song about cashing royalty checks bigger than Dopey's head. Subtle, not their style. The bit shows her tossing dwarf sidekicks, roasting old fairy tale love stories, and posing for selfies, while Disney accountants haul moneybags behind her. Fans howl, critics cackle. But Rachel? Nope. She sees a digital wanted poster with her face on it. Now her team claims viewers thought the jokes were real, as in they believed she swiped studio cash and tanked a billion-dollar film all by herself. Wild, right? Yet screenshots show random commenters yelling, "Fire the diva," proof, she says, that parody can poison minds. But Trey and Matt shoot back. Guys, our world has singing towels and alien turds. Only a houseplant mistakes that for hard news. Cute defense or rude dodge? You decide. Let me tell you, the fallout only gets nastier. Up next, we draw the legal line, satire versus slander, and watch lawyers throw adjectives like ninja stars. Ready for that slugfest? But here's where the suits roll in. Ties tight, smiles loose, ready to twist English like taffy. Rachel's lawyers shout, "Malicious falsehood," arguing South Park's gag slid from goof to straight-up sabotage. They wave printouts of casting emails, rolls paused because folks need the dust to settle, real or hyped. Either way, the paper cuts sting. And the money talk? Her team says every lost gig is another gold coin tossed down the drain. So they slap a price tag on parody, $100 million, plus interest, plus headlines. Meanwhile, Trey and Matt tell the judge, "Come on, Your Honor, we draw mouths with construction paper." They flash legal precedent, First Amendment flags, even a clip of Talking Towel shouting, "Don't forget to laugh." The judge squints, refuses to chuck the case, and schedules a trial that could rewrite comedy's rulebook. Suddenly, satire sits on the stand, sweating under hot lights. Who decides what's funny and what's fatal? And if the jury flinches, is every joke now a lawsuit waiting to happen? Hang on. The culture war cavalry is thundering in next, hashtags blazing. And boom, Twitter lights up like Times Square on cheap espresso. Hashtag Team Rachel calls it animation harassment, praising her guts for punching back at cartoon bullies. They post crying face memes and tag Disney, demanding respect for princesses who bleed real blood, not ink, but hashtag team. South Park fires back with, "Satire does not equal slander" banners. They shout that comedy needs sharp teeth, or it isn't comedy at all. Gifs of Cartman laughing flood every thread. Even free speech watchdogs jump in, warning a courtroom gag order could nuke humor from orbit. The arguments get spicier than Taco Bell at 2 a.m. Is Rachel a brave victim or a thin-skinned prima donna? Are Trey and Matt fearless jokesters or reckless hitmen with crayons? Everyone's yelling, nobody's blinking, and Disney's legal squad is quietly sweating in the corner. Let me just tell you, the Mouse House is about to feel the heat, because next, subpoenas aim right at their secret emails. You ready to peek behind that magic curtain? Let me tell you, Mickey's gloves are shaking, even if the PR team keeps smiling like animatronics. Disney isn't listed on the lawsuit, but subpoenas are circling their inbox faster than Tinker Bell on espresso. Lawyers fear a judge might demand every juicy email about ballooning budgets and backstage panic over Snow White 2.0. Why the cold sweats? If those messages leak, the world could see execs admitting the remake was wobblier than Goofy on roller skates. plus any blunt opinions about Rachel herself. That's stock price nightmare fuel, folks. So the studio's legal squad is ready to block subpoenas like goalies at the World Cup. I have it on good authority. There's chatter about damage control contingencies and emergency reshoots. Translation? They'll patch the boat with dollar bills before letting outsiders read those receipts. But if Parker and Stone drag Mouse House paperwork into evidence, the fandom fireworks will make the 4th of July look tame. Hang on, because the next stop is the courthouse. And trust me, the show gets wilder when cartoon cufflinks and expert witnesses hit the stand. And here comes the spotlight scene. Marble halls, clicking cameras, and enough hairspray to choke a dragon. Trey Parker strolls in wearing cufflinks shaped like little TVs. Flex much? Matt Stone follows with a tie printed in paper cutout faces. Judges glare, reporters drool. Rachel enters last. Navy blazer, jaw set like she just bit a lemon made of steel. Everyone pretends not to stare, but the tension? Thicker than Disney's churro batter. Expert witnesses parade forward. Media professors explain memes. Psychologists rank how a joke can bruise egos. An economist plops down spreadsheets that add zeros like sprinkles on a donut. Under oath, Trey grins and says, "Sure, we poke bears." Controversy boosts ratings. The room laughs. Jury half smiles, half cringes. Rachel counters with shaky voice, recalling endless hate comments that turned her phone into a buzzsaw. Empathy flashes across a few juror faces. Uh-oh, Parker and Stone feel that side-eye. Arguments fly, satire banners wave, lost income charts tower. The judge finally bangs the gavel, sends everyone home, and warns, tomorrow, closing statements, and maybe a career or two. Hit the chopping block. Let's go. Because verdict day is next, and this fairy tale is one sentence away from happily never after. Actually, the courthouse feels like the Super Bowl. Only instead of touchdowns, we're tallying gasps. Jurors march in, stone-faced. Reporters clutch phones. Even the bailiff looks like he's about to faint. The four-person stands, clears her throat, and drops the bomb. Not liable. Boom. South Park walks free. Rachel's $100 million apple? Poof. No magic. Trey smirks, whispers, "Back to work," and bolts before microphones swarm. Matt flashes a peace sign like he just aced gym class. Rachel breathes out thanks supporters, but her eyes say she'd rather swallow a porcupine than smile right now. And you might think that's the end. But nah, the fallout's just starting. South Park has a comeback episode locked and loaded, and Rachel's already plotting her next move. Curious? Stick around. After the break, we're talking rating spikes, indie flicks, and whether comedy just got a brand new shield. And just like that, the credits roll, sort of. Rachel ditches studio blockbusters for a gritty indie flick where nobody can accuse her of hoarding coffers of gold. Critics watch, shrug, then surprise everyone with solid reviews. Maybe drama does sharpen acting chops. Meanwhile, South Park returns swinging. First scene, a cheeky dedication card. To anyone who's ever wanted to sue us, thanks for watching. Viewers roar. Ratings spike higher than Chef's secret sauce. Looks like controversy isn't just good, it's jet fuel. Hollywood insiders whisper that Rachel's courtroom loss might still pay off. Sympathy press, fresh respect, the whole David vs. paper cutout Goliath vibe. But the other camp claims she's now on casting lists titled Handle with Gloves. Yikes. And Disney? They're polishing their image harder than Cinderella's floor, praying nobody mentions subpoenas and press junkets. Too late. Podcasters already dissect every frame. Let me just tell you, the shockwaves don't stop here. Up next, lawyers and studios scramble to redraw the comedy map. One misfired joke could trigger a copycat lawsuit tsunami. You ready to see how far the ripples spread? Actually, entertainment lawyers are treating this verdict like a new iPhone drop, lining up, dissecting specs, comparing case colors. Every studio memo now asks, can this joke get us sued? Late-night writers groan. Network execs stockpile preemptive apology templates. Meanwhile, agents warn celebs, careful tweeting that meme, some jury might think you meant it. Law schools add the case to syllabi under Satire vs. Slander 101, and panels shows debate if comedy just gained titanium armor or a bigger target. One producer swears litigation only makes punchlines louder. Streisand effect, Meat Cartman effect. Another predicts a chill where edgy scripts melt into plain vanilla to dodge subpoenas. And here's the irony. The lawsuit meant to muzzle mockery might have supercharged it. Podcasts, TikToks, morning shows, all milking the saga for clicks, ensuring those parody clips loop forever. But wait, the story isn't done yet. Up next, we zoom out and ask the big question. What does this princess vs. paper cutout brawl really teach us about fame, free speech, and the price of a punchline? Stick around. Let me just tell you, this clash proves two things. parody still swings a mighty sword, and even fairy tale royalty can bleed in the real-world spotlight. South Park walks away with a fresh badge of invincibility. Rachel walks away tougher, scarred, but suddenly respected for taking swings at giants. And the rest of Hollywood? Now living in a hyper-connected funhouse where every joke echoes louder, lands harder, and might come with a court date. So where do you land? Team jokes are sacred? Or team there's a line, pal? Light up the comments because I'm dying to know. Smash that subscribe button, flick the bell so you never miss the next meltdown, and share this with the friend who still thinks cartoons are harmless. I'm Sienna of Sienna's Scoop. Catch you when the next scandal hits.